Good morning, everybody. Thank you for your time to take part in this. The purpose of this training is to introduce you and walk you through the processes that you will take advantage of in regards to ToolWatch Cloud, as we call it, which is our web-based application for the purposes of requisitions, returns, tool management from the item browser, and then also running various reports and graphs. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up my screen, and hopefully everybody can see that. ToolWatch itself, it's just a web page application. So you're going to use any internet browser like I have here, Google, and then the website is going to be cloud.toolwatch.com. So you can type that URL in to access the web page, and you'll see a login page like this. You can bookmark it. Today, we're going to be working in just a demo sandbox environment, so generic data here, just so you can see how the functionality works prior to going live. So I'm going to log in with my ToolWatch credentials, and then once I have my email in as a user, I'm going to hit next. And it's going to want me to put in a password, again, once all lowercase. And then you're just going to simply click login. And the web page will load up. I'll get rid of my password applications. So the first thing you'll see is this welcome window. And initially when you log in, it's going to have your job site as home office or the stock location you're assigned to as a user. So to order for your jobs, to submit return requests for your jobs, to be able to manage tools from the item browser from your jobs, the first thing you want to do is pin yourself to your job site. So to do that, I'm just going to hit this down arrow here, and it's going to give me this browse option. I'm going to click on that. I'm just going to simply delete this. And the job we're going to pin ourselves to, I created a new job for the purposes of this training, is going to be this one here. So 1-17-23 faith job. So I can just simply select that from the list that's displayed. Obviously, if there's a lot of locations, you can also start to type your job number and description in as a way to narrow it down to make that selection easier. Once you see it, just click on it and it should populate here. We also see the address and any information associated with that job set up. Pinning yourself to your job, and then once that's done, you simply hit done. The web page will reload. Initially, you'll see a job site dashboard. This is not something that you'll need to worry too much. Over here in the side panel is going to be your menu options. This is the various areas that you can open up in order to perform the functions and options that you need to take advantage of. So we're going to look at requisitions and returns in this side. As a user to navigate this works like any web page. So, I can use my touch screen if I'm accessing this on a phone or tablet, keyboard and mouse to resize my web page. I can right click, I can open up multiple tabs. I can do the same web stuff that I can with any web base. But to open the area we want to go in here, it's going to be done on this side panel. And if I hit these three lines here, I can collapse that side panel. This is helpful, especially if I'm on a touch screen, but I can always slide it back open too. If I need to change my job, or if I'm not at the right job, I just simply click here. This opens the welcome window back up. And then I can switch my job site if I need to. I can also log out of the system if I need to too. If I want to get out of this window, I can just simply hit close. We'll close that window without having to reload the menu page. So I can always control, what job I'm pinned to whenever I need to. All right, so the first thing we're going to cover is requisitions and returns. Requisitions are going to be the way that you order tools, materials for the jobs based on your need. This works like online ordering. So if you've ever ordered anything online, this is going to work much the same. So the first thing you want to do, of course, you want to confirm that you're at the right job that you're going to be ordering for. And then to access requisitions, which is how you're going to order tools and materials, you're going to click on this module here, and it's going to open a drop-down menu. And I'm just going to click on Requisitions Home. This is going to take me to my home page. So on my home page, I can see any open orders based on orders that I've recently submitted. I can see any orders that were completed, and then items that I commonly request. Since this is a brand new job that I set up for the purposes of this demonstration, there's not anything here yet. If I scroll down, I can see the different tool and material categories that are available, where I can click on a category to open up the catalog of items that are available for ordering. I can filter between those inventory types, so tools, material categories, or all categories. Now, to order something, I can do it one of two ways. I can order by category. So let's say I need a type of drill. And if I click on the category for drills, that's going to open up the catalog of drills that are available. So the different types of drills that I can order. You'll see some information in here. This will tell you, monthly rates. So if there's a rate sheet set up for this job, because I don't have monthly rates on that job, then you would see that information displayed. It's also going to show you the different types and how much of that type is in stock based upon the warehouse that you're operating out of. So in your case, home office or whatever warehouse you're pinned to. And even if it says out of stock, it's not going to prevent me from ordering it. This is a way I can communicate, this is what I need for my job when I need it, so that the warehouse and yard can fulfill those orders for you. And you can track that as the order is in progress. If I wanted to order anything out of this list, I just simply click add to cart. Here I can indicate how many I need. So if I just wanted one of these drills, I simply add to cart. I'll get a message here that the item is added. And if I look over to the upper right, my shopping cart will have the contents ready. If I click on the image, this is going to open up the catalog record to give me more information, product information specifically. So if I needed to do a deeper dive, I can. And I can still order from this page too. So I still have that add to cart option, and I can indicate the quantities. If I want to go back a screen, I can click back here. I can also use the web arrows. But the best way to reorient yourself, I find, is just to come over here and click on Requisitions Home. This will always get me back to my home page for requisitions. I can always just click here, and I'm back here too. I have access to my categories if I need it. So ordering by category, that's one way you can put an order together. Another way is I can keyword search. I can use descriptions for tools and materials. Anything that's part of a tool or material description is something I can pull it up by. And this works again like online ordering. If you ever keyword search something in, it's smart search enabled. So let's say with that drill, I need a 1/4 inch drill bit. I don't want to pull it up by category. So I'm just going to type in 1/4 inch by clicking into this search bar, typing in. And right when I start to type, the system's going to look for any tools, materials that have that as part of its description. So if I want these hex shank drill bits, I just simply click on it, and it will pull up the catalog record. So it will show me precisely what type of drill bit this is, how much is in stock, and then the cost if there's a rate attached to this job. Here, maybe I want $5, 5 boxes. I can just simply type in that number and add it to my cart. And so I can keyword search, and I can build by catalog categories too. If I want to pull up the whole catalog, once from this screen, I can just simply come over here and click the X button. And this is pulling up the entire catalog. And I can navigate from this page too and add stuff to my order. I have my categories here, my manufacturers. If I wanted to see more, I can pull that up as well. And if I scroll down to the bottom, I could navigate this page by page. And I can also control the view here as well. I can use this default grid view, or I can have it more as a line view. And just think of it as shopping. I can come in and add anything I want to my cart. And again, anytime I want to get to my home page, I just go over here to the side panel, like Requisitions Home, and I'm back here. So I can build my order. And as I'm building my order, when I'm ready to check out, I can review my order at any time by clicking this cart. So in the upper right, I'm just going to click this. This is going to show me the items that I've ordered and the amounts. Here I can communicate cost codes at this level if I need to. But I'm just going to simply show you how to submit the order. All right, so once I have the items I want, I'm going to click checkout. This is going to bring me to a final review screen. So the submit to is going to be the warehouse or stock location that I want to submit this order to. When I first use this, this is going to be blank. So I'll need to put in a value the first time. So again, similar to my welcome window, I can just come over here to the drop-down arrow. I'm going to select browse. It's going to pull up all of my options, but I know I'm going to be submitting this to the main warehouse in this case. So all I need to do is just type that in, click on that, and hit OK. And then every time I order, it will have this as the default. I won't have to put it in the next time I order unless I'm submitting the order somewhere else. The location is going to be where the items are going to be delivered to. So my job, the information that is set up for that job will already be applied. The date needed, this is where I'm going to communicate. This is, basically when I want the stuff delivered. So we'll default to today's the date if I don't do anything here. If I click this little calendar icon, it will pull up the calendar, and then I can put in a day, a week, and I can navigate month to month, whatever I need. I'm just going to say I need this stuff on the 20th. And then I have a comment section. This allows me to type any notes, information that I want to add to this if I need to. This is an optional field, so I can put in any information in here. If I need to further communicate something about this order, this is where I can type that message in. So I can say something just generic here. But again, this is optional. This is only if I need to add information. Down here, again, I can review the items that I'm ordering. I can still make changes if I need to. But if everything looks good and I'm ready to submit my order, I'm going to go over here to the right, and I'm going to click Submit Request. And that's it. I've checked out. And now I can see my most recent order here in Open Status. And I can monitor that order as it's being fulfilled. So anytime I log in, I'll see that in Open Status, and I can view that request. Here I can see it's submitted. I know it hasn't been approved yet. Once it's been approved by the warehouse, it'll move to in progress. If I click on that order, I can see the items that I've ordered, anything that's been delivered, anything I want to request again. And that's it. That's simply how to put an order together and submit it. So requisitions home, order by category, or order by keyword search. Based on how I want to order something, if I want to order a 4100 watt generator, I can type in that description. If I see what I want, I click on it. When I see that catalog record, it's going to give me the option to order it. I'm going to order one of those and add it to my cart. And then once I have stuff in my cart, I can check it out anytime. And this also means, like, if I lose connection, or let's say I log out, if I log back in, it's going to have my cart just as I left it. So this is a great thing too, to make your life easier. Don't feel you have to do the order in one shot. If I, for some reason, log out and I decide to log back in, you'll notice a few things. It's going to have the last job I was pinned to, so I don't have to re-put that in. It has my warehouse. I just hit done. And now I'm going to go to Requisitions Home. There's my cart. If I click on it, it still has that item that I've left in it, that generator. If I want, I could remove it. Otherwise, I'm just going to simply click Checkout, put in the date that I need it, and just hit Submit. And now I'll have two orders on this panel. Over here to the left, I can always access the request history for this job. So everybody that's ordering for this job, I can see that history here. If I go to request history, it's going to show me everything that's been ordered for that job by item, by requisition. And again, I can monitor the progress of these orders and anything that I commonly request that I want to request again. Very easy to orient myself, put an order together, submit it, and then track it as it's in progress. All right, so that's requisitions. Another part of this module is returns. So returns are the way to communicate, hey, come pick these items up, anything I want to return. This works just like requisitions, but in reverse. So if I need to return or submit a request to come pick some items up for my job, I can go open up Requisitions and Returns, and I'm going to go to my Returns homepage. So kind of the same look and feel as requisitions, but again, this is just working in reverse. So you'll notice that I'm in the returns. You can always confirm that I'm in the right area because it will indicate that here. If I scroll down, you'll notice that I don't have as many categories here as I do on requisitions because it's only showing categories for tools and materials that are present at my job. So I don't have to go through a huge category list. I can see precisely the tools and materials that are at my job by category. So let's say I wanted to return, a miter saw. I can click on the category and it's going to show me the exact saws that I have in the job. So I can see the type by the description, the item number, the barcode of the items. And if I scroll over to the right, it's going to show me how many are on site, how many I have available to return, and if I have any pending to return. So if I wanted to return one of these guys, I could just simply click on that and then add to a ticket. Instead of a checkout cart now, I have a ticket. So again, this is another way I can tell that this is returns, items I want picked up from my job, not items I want delivered to my job. I can also pull up items by keyword search. So if I unselect that, it's going to pull up my full item list, items that I have at job. And again, I can filter between tools and materials. If I want to go back to my return homepage, I just go over here and click on that. But pulling up everything, this gives me a more of a holistic view. So I can scroll through and see the items that I have available to return and anything I want to return, especially if it's something like a bulk item or material. Maybe we have too many screwdrivers. I'm going to select that. And then when I select the item, I can indicate how many I want to return. Maybe I don't want to return all of them, but I want to return half. I can just plug that number in and add it to my ticket. I can also use the keyword search here to filter something specifically by description if I wanted to. So if I wanted to return a pipe bender, I can start to type that in and it will pull up anything that I have on my job that has that description. So I can click on it and isolate it, select it, and add it to my ticket as well. And again, if I log out or I lose connection and I log back in, it's going to have that ticket just as I left it. When I'm ready to check out, I'm going to click on that ticket. It's going to have me review this screen. This is where I want the items returned. This is where I want them picked up from. This is when I want them picked up by. If I want to change that date, I just click on the calendar, select a new date. I can add any notes here, just like I can on my requisitions. And I can still make any adjustments that I want if I need to. But all I need to do at this point is come over here to the right and click submit. And just like with my requisitions, I can track my returns that I've started, returns that I have in progress, and I can also see anything that was recently picked up from my job. Over here to the left, I have access to my return history. So I can always click this, just like I can with my requisitions, and see those returns in progress, anything that was picked up. And anything that wasn't picked up, of course, I can simply submit a request to return again. But this just gives me an easy way to communicate. Not only this is what I need for my job, this is the date when I need it, this is what I want picked up from my job, this is the date I want it picked up by. And that's your returns.